A thing is traditional. Hi, Sean. I can hear you nice and loud. Ooh, it might have to do with celebration. I see that word in there. Ale, what do you think traditional might mean? Something that people do yearly. I see generations here. I see old is a synonym. Marcus, give your attempt.
Something that people do. Something that people do celebrate, like your birthday.
Okay, let's look. Following customs, beliefs, or ways of doing things that have been used for some time. So it's not just celebrating a birthday. Traditional would be doing the same kind of celebration for your birthday. Some families, a piñata is traditionally how they celebrate. Some families, a cake with candles is traditional. Some families don't do traditional things. They might change it up every year. Start thinking of any synonyms, antonyms, synonyms and antonyms. Let's start with Hi, Sean. What do you think a synonym or antonym for the word traditional could be? Ooh, ancient, old. Something you do or that's used a lot. Micah, annual. I like that. Something that's happening regularly. Jordan, what do you think a good synonym or antonym could be? Say nice and loud.
Antonym
New. Riley? A synonym or antonym? Say it nice now. Repeat. It's something you do again and again. Words I came up with: classic, custom, would original be a synonym or antonym? Original? Why is it an antonym? Original means something new you're doing. It's an original idea, a new idea. So it would be an antonym. Unusual. Take the time, write your example sentence below. Make sure I can understand what the word means from your sentence. My family had a traditional lunch. I don't know what that means. Use traditional in a way that helps me understand what the word means. Jared's writing his example sentence. Marcus is on his example sentence. Mike is finished, waiting patiently. Right now I see 100% of the class on their example sentence. Excellent work. We're going to do a quick turn and talk. Tell your partner your example sentence that uses traditional on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Mario, say hers right away.
What sentence? What do you have?
If you clap once.
Move your hand.
If you clap once. Next word, the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
It makes sense what you
Haphazardly. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Haphazardly.
1, 2, 3.
Haphazardly.
That's a good word.
Haphazardly is an adverb. It describes an action. It describes something you do. Look at the synonyms, look at the antonyms, look at the example sentence. What do you think haphazardly might mean? It means you do something how. Thank you, Micah, for that silent hand. Tyler, for that silent hand. Brooklyn didn't have that silent hand. Tyler, what do you think haphazardly means? Okay, that would be a synonym. When it's one word, it's a synonym. We're looking for a definition. Brooklyn. To do something with low effort, or Tyler, to take yours and create a definition, to do something carelessly. Just saying careless isn't enough. It's a synonym. I want you to write down the definition: in a careless or random way, without planning or organization. To do something in a careless or random way, without planning or organization. Mason, do you think this is a negative, neutral, or positive connotation? Huh? If you think it's negative, stop at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I agree. Synonyms: carelessly, randomly, messy. Antonyms: what words could be the opposite? Micah. Carefully. Be thinking of antonyms. What words could be the opposite? Alea, what's a word that could be an antonym? Think about it. I can come back to you. Lawrence. Forgotten. I can see that having to do with it. I'm not going to write down that's not a direct antonym. That would be more of a synonym, maybe. Kaishan. Lazy. If you're lazy, you could do something haphazardly. I can see that. Alea. You're thinking. Riley. Say it nice and loud. Would that be a synonym or an antonym? Excellent. Carefully organized is the opposite. Neat is the opposite. Micah, you got one? Planned out would be the synonym or an antonym? Say it nice and loud. Planned out would be an antonym. Excellent. Write your example sentence below. My example sentence: he threw his papers haphazardly, carelessly, randomly, messily, into his backpack, making it hard to find anything later. Jared's writing his example sentence. Alea is on her example sentence. Tyler's starting. And you can turn your page in 5, turn your page in 4, turn your page in 3, turn your page in 2, turn your page in 1, and 0. We are starting with a reread. Yesterday, we focused on annotating the text. Today, we're focusing more on the summary. I want to reread an important part of the text that gives us our claim. Read along with me. When I snap, you say the next word. That means you're tracking right now. Since then, Kelso and his team have excavated the ruins of several
Buildings.
inside the forts, along with thousands of
Artifacts.
much better, and skeletal remains of some of the first.
Settlers.
Only a third of the site has been excavated, and many of the artifacts are still being analyzed. Yet the evidence has already caused historians to reconsider some long-held assumptions about the men and the circumstances surrounding what Yale University history professor Emeritus Edmund S. Morgan once called the Jamestown fiasco. Archaeology is giving us a much more concrete
Picture.
of what it was like to live there, says Morgan, whose 1975 history, American slavery, American freedom, the ordeal of the colonial Virginia, argued that Jamestown's first years were but whether it turns the Virginia Company into a success story is another
Question.
The large number of artifacts suggests that if nothing else, the Virginia Company expedition was much better equipped than previously thought. By the end of the 2003 season, more than 500,000 items from fish hooks and to glass making and woodworking equipment, along with the bones of game, and assorted livestock, have been recovered and cataloged. Many are now on at the Jamestown Rediscovery Project headquarters, a clapboard colonial-style building a few hundred yards from the fort. All of this flies in the face of conventional. Conventional is similar to traditional. Things that are established, routine, which says that the colonists were underfunded and ill-equipped, that they didn't have the means to
Survive.
let alone prosper, says Kelso. What we have found here suggests that this just isn't the case. As you are reading, I still have the annotation guide. You'll have old information. You can label old info. Things that the archaeologists are discovering, you would label what? New info. Things that people have thought for a long time, you would label what? You would label what? Old. Today, what I'm looking at is not the annotations, but you can still do that to help guide your thinking. Today, the main focus is summarizing. At the bottom of the page, archaeologists previously thought what? Think about what we've read so far, including yesterday and what we just read. Archaeologists previously thought what? I have one hand ready to go. Archaeologists previously thought what? 2 hands. 3 hands. Zaire, what did archaeologists previously think about Jamestown? Did they think Jamestown had problems, yes or no?
Yes.
What did they think the problems were? Marcus, what did they think the problems had to do with in Jamestown? They were being lazy, so we would call those social problems. The men were being lazy, the settlement wasn't focused, they weren't working hard. Now this article, our third text in our module, is arguing something else. On the board, I want you to look at our summary from yesterday. You can write it down in your packet. Previously, so Marcus writing right away, Cam writing right away, Logan writing right away. Previously, archaeologists thought the settlers of Jamestown were lazy, unprepared, and therefore were the cause of most of the problems they faced. Social problems. Some people in our summary yesterday said the claim of the article was that the settlers had more environmental problems. That's not the claim of this article because it doesn't talk about the archaeology. This entire article is about the archaeology and how that's changing people's minds. You writing quickly so we're all on the same page. This is the claim of the article. As you continue on to partner practice, the article is going to break down each of these specific ideas. glassware, animal bones, weapons, Native American artifacts. And you are going to summarize what it's saying about that specific idea. Give you guys another minute because I see some people still writing that second part of the summary. The rest of the article, what we're focusing on for our partner practice, is the breakdown of the second part of the summary, what the new artifacts are exploring. About 10 seconds left. Alright, we're moving on to partner practice. The steps are, you start working right away. Both partners take turns and track while the other's reading. If partner work is not working out, you either step up and be a leader. Right? We don't want to get stuck in, you read this, you read that. You just start the reading. Or you can work on your own. The last step on the multiple choice. Focus on eliminating incorrect options. Be ready to explain why you can't eliminate that choice. The first thing I'm going to be doing is walking around, making sure you are on task reading. Both partners are tracking. That's my first thing I'm looking for as I circulate. The second thing I'm looking for as I circulate are your summaries. What is each section saying about the different ideas broken down? How many minutes do you have?
15.
How many minutes do you have?
15.
What voice level are you at?
1.
Perfect. Jared is the first person I hear reading. Eric is the second person I hear reading. Mike is started. Logan started. Who's reading first? Alright, good job being a leader. Have a place. Right now, everyone is on task reading. I see everybody working. Excellent job putting in that full group, Maren. Right now, I see every partner tracking, even if they're not reading. Excellent work. Strode, that's the last name of the archaeologist. All right. She compares. At this point, you should be finishing up your first paragraph. I'm going to start circulating, looking for your summary. 16th century craftsman. That's like a man who does technical work. So it could be like a iron worker or a glass worker or something like that. Someone who's making something. Good. Very good. Keep working. And you're back to check your next summary. So, what specifically do you think this section is talking about that archaeologists thought originally, but now they're trying to change their mind? In this section, what specific thing are they talking about? It might be glassware, it might be animals, it might be weapons. Okay. What should people used to think about Jamestown? Or are they starting to change their mind about? I'll be back in a second minute. Anything? Did you finish reading this paragraph? The rest of the article, we're breaking down all these ideas. So we talked about glassware, animal bones. We talked about Native American things. We talked about weaponry. Okay? What is this first paragraph about? What did they originally think? They being archaeologists. Where do they start to think now? I'll be back in a second.
Are you guys a little stuck?
Excellent start. I'm going to be back to check your next summary.
Right.
You have 10 minutes left. 10 minutes.
No, because that's not what they mean when they say old information. Old information is something that like everybody already knew. Not just because we read it yesterday. Because yesterday when we were reading it, we were reading it for a different reason. We were annotating. Or today we're reading it to get the summary. Okay?
Okay.
Does that help?
So, this paragraph is going to be breaking down one of the ideas here. It might be about glassware. It might be about animals. It might be about Native Americans. It might be about weapons. What idea is being talked about here?
I think you're correct.
What did people used to think? And now, what are archaeologists starting to think?
He's right. What he just underlined at the end, that is new. I know, but just because you read it yesterday, it's not like what's new to you between yesterday and today, or new or old. It's what was information that everybody already knew. You're confusing. But you're confusing between yesterday and what like was known from a long time ago.
Is this about
I know. I see where you're confused.
Yeah. So people used to think they were not skilled. They did not have resources. Now,
You could underline it here. Just underline it because
very good work. You got that. See, both of you having different sections, so you should be able to go together and it'll make sense. What do you think? Jamestown was what?
That's what I thought. Then you teach other terms, right?
Bro, what?
Okay.
I'm reading it.
Glassware, animals, weapons, Native American. What is this section talking about? They were skilled, so they had. They were making what?
We're just seeing.
Read. What were they making? What were they skilled at doing? Are they back to check?
Well, we
Yes. Yeah. If you hear me snap once, if you hear me snap once, if you hear me snap twice, if you hear me snap twice. Alright, Miss K just came to me and was talking about a misconception she saw around the room. When we say old information, is it because the information is old as in it was from yesterday? What is old information, Micah?
Old information is the archaeologists already knew about Jamestown or presumed.
Assumed is the best word in that statement. What people assumed about Jamestown. New information is what? Jordan.
What they found in the artifacts.
What they found looking closely at artifacts, studying data. Old information is what they assumed because they did not know where Jamestown was. They could not study it. New information is on what they study and look closely at. I'm going to keep the timer going. You got 7 minutes. Okay. In this section, what is being talked about? We have our overall claims, glassware, animal, weapons, Native American artifacts are all things they're studying.
Correct.
Glassware. So, what did people used to think about the glassware and things that made in Jamestown? What did they find out now? Did they think Jamestown had a lot of glassware? They thought they were very well resourced.
In
Had everything in it.
there's some new information.
So then, previously, archaeologists thought they did not have to.
It's right in between where you label the bottom and the top.
Archaeologists thought they did not have to. And then I want you to reread, especially towards the end. Now, what are archaeologists starting to think? I'll be back in a minute.
Huh? Are you missing us? Aw, you too. But I'm sorry, the answer is no.
After class.
Sorry. We could plan like a lunch or something where we could come. How's that? That way you can still like hang with the group for a little bit.
What specific idea are they talking about here? We already talked about resources, huh? What is that? So we're talking about types of.
No, actually, you guys have it labeled exactly correct.
Fix that. I'll be back to check.
What ice cream days? What are you talking about?
Okay. So previously,
I don't know anything about
archaeologists
ice
weren't
cream
making
day.
things. They weren't.
I should like some ice cream though. That sounds good.
Now, what are archaeologists thinking? Now, what are they starting to think?
It was just that you hit all the goals that you needed.
Did they find a lot of things negative over here?
Graduate.
Yeah, they're finding evidence that people in Jamestown were creating things, building things, making things. So now,
You are
do you think
too.
they're lazy? Now, do archaeologists still think that people
Why
in
don't you
Jamestown
work
are
on
lazy?
answering these?
No.
Use
Because they found so many artifacts, they are starting to think that people at Jamestown were making
these
things.
questions. Okay?
Keep working, we're back to check your next summer.
Oh yeah, it said okay, we can say
In this section, people thought that the people at Jamestown were what? So talk to your partner, figure out what you missed, and then get to the new section, and you gotta set up the next section. You'll gotta explain. Listen to what Logan said. See what's working? Listen to it. Logan, share. What do you find? That's what people used to think. Now what are people starting to think? Excellent. So that shows were they lazy? Excellent. When you're done, go to the next section. What are they talking about now? Is it American archives? Is it animals? Is it weapons? Is it still glassware? Okay? I'll be back to check. Keep working. 3 minutes left. 3 minutes. What do you guys find? Actually, that's what they used to think or what they now think? Think about the story around. They used to think that James Strong was well researched or not. Why not? People used to think that the people at James Strong were what? That's what they used to tell me.
Alright, fine.
Now they're finding so much resource that they're starting to think that they're so hardworking. We're skilled at hard work.
Not like the really
2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
It's like a warrior. A fighter.
Okay, you two, it looks like are having good answers for the beginning and for the end, so make sure you collaborate. Okay, perfect. We're gonna, I might not have time to go back and check, but we're gonna go over it together, so make sure you're listening when we go over it.
Alright. Now, what if this is old information? Let's label it. What do you think? Talk about it, don't just write it. Talk about it as a group. You're doing this together. Do you all agree? Is the top one things that are already You do? Why?
Deliberately? Oh, guerrilla type combat.
You're getting confused.
That's it. It's like a different country. It's not. It doesn't mean guerrilla. It's like a word for different type of style.
Zaire, what are you doing? Okay, you're right. It's old information. On the top. Just from the top to where it says by 1607. So go ahead and mark that. The top to where it says 1607 is old information.
If you hear me clap once, if you hear me clap once, if you hear me clap twice, turn to page 4. Turn to page 4. Go back in your packet. Turn to page 4. Checking your summary. Previously, archaeologists thought the men at Jamestown were lazy, resources were limited. Now, archaeologists think they had many supplies, they were creating their own things. Turn to page 5. Turn to page 5. Follow my reference. Who can tell me what was this section about? Look at your summary. Or if you didn't, I know some people were about to do that summary. What was this section about? Riley. Nice and loud. So one section was about glassware. There's going to be a section about animal bones. There's going to be a section about Native American artifacts. There's going to be a section about weapons. What was this section about? So, if you think this section is about weapons, stop at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Who can tell me, what did people used to think about the weapons in Jamestown? What did people used to think about the weapons in Jamestown? Marcus. What did people used to think about the weapons in Jamestown? Shout out Logan tracking. Say it nice and loud. About the weapons in Jamestown. Tyler, what did people used to think about the weapons in Jamestown? Nice and loud. They thought they didn't have weapons. Now, or they thought they didn't have the right weapons. They thought the weapons were outdated. Now they're starting to think that they had that type of weapons because of the type of fighting they were going to do. Turn your page to page 6. Turn to page 6. Turn to page 6.
Go to 6 and then you can go back later and finish.
Some of us did not get here, so we're going to have to reread. This section is about Native American artifacts. If you have something exploring Native American artifacts, what people used to think, what they now think, you're on the right track. At the bottom of your page, sit up. We have a multiple choice criteria for success. 3 steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3. We're starting to take away our criteria for success because next week in 6 days, you have to remember the steps to do. What is the first thing you should do when answering multiple choice questions? What is the first thing you should do when answering multiple choice questions? What's the first thing you should do? Mason. I'm going to say that's the second thing you should do. Taishan. Reread the text. What's the first thing you should do? Logan. Read the question and answers closely. Be writing this down at the bottom of page 6 in your packet. Read questions and options closely. Step 1, read the questions and options closely. Shout out Zaire, moving to the board. First thing you do, read the options, read the sections.